Hello everyone, I heartily welcome you all in this session. This is my second lecture on brake. Firstly, some of the learning outcome of the session. At the end of the session, student can learn how to find the braking torque and braking force of a single shoe or block brake. Now, this is the second case of the braking system. In second case, uh, when the line of action of the tangential braking force passes through the distance A below the fulcrum and the brake is rotates in clockwise direction and second is block is rotate in anti-clockwise direction. In previous lecture I have already discussed in the first case about the single shoes or block brake system, which was that when the line of action of a braking force passes through the fulcrum. Guys, in this diagram you can see here this braking force is not passes through fulcrum, but in the previous first classes case first, uh, this braking force is passes through this line, but in second case this fulcrum is above the line of action of the braking force. Now my discussion is made that how to find the braking torque for this condition. When the block is rotated in clockwise direction or when the block is rotated in anti-clockwise direction. Now, first of all, I discuss about the some points, the important point related to this diagram. That is, first is Rn, that is normal reaction force, which is applied in upward direction to the shoes, and this Ft is a braking tangential force, and this P is external force which applied to stop the rotation of the drum, and this point O is a fulcrum and A is a distance between the fulcrum and line of action of the braking force. Now we have to find the braking torque. Firstly, for to find the braking torque we apply the equilibrium theorem, some equilibrium theorem, and according to equilibrium theorem in this system the moment of all these three forces must be equal to 0 when the moment is taken about this fulcrum. This theorem is, in other words, we can say that the summation of all the, yeah, we can say the algebraic sum of all the moment, all the forces of moment must be equal to 0. That means clockwise moment is equal to anti-clockwise moment. Now we can see here this Rn rotates in anti-clockwise direction about the fulcrum. This Ft is also rotate in anti-clockwise direction about the fulcrum, but P is rotate in clockwise direction about the fulcrum. Now guys, in this diagram, these two forces have anti-clockwise direction and one force in clockwise direction. Now you can write the formula. This Rnx and Fta is equal to PL. This Rn is anti-clockwise, Ft is anti-clockwise. The summation of these two forces of moment must be equal to clockwise moment. Now put the value of Ft, that is equal to mu Rn, and find the Rn from these equations, and you can see here this braking torque is equal to mu into Rn. Mu is the coefficient of friction. Now we all know that the braking torque is equal to Ft into R. This point is already discussed in lecture first, how Tb can be found. Now put the value of Ft from here, we get this Tb is equal to mu Rn R. Now to find the braking torque, put the value of Rn in this equation, we get Tb is equal to this. Now by complete formula, the braking torque is equal to mu PL into R divided by x plus mu into A, where mu is the coefficient of friction, P is the external force, L is the distance from fulcrum to the line of action of P, R is the radius of drum, and x is the distance from the fulcrum to the normal reaction. Now the next case is when this drum is rotated in anti-clockwise direction. Now guys, you can see here when the drum is rotated in clockwise direction, the direction of braking force in this direction, but when the direction of rotation is anti-clockwise direction, the force of friction induced in this direction. Now the forces are same but the direction was changed, and in this diagram the direction of ft will change, but rn will same and p will same. Now we can see here the rn is in anti-clockwise direction, p is in clockwise direction, and ft will be also in now clockwise direction. Now we have to take the moment about point O, and we can write the same formula, that is the clockwise moment is equal to anti-clockwise moment. Now we can write here this rn is anti-clockwise, this is clockwise, this is clockwise, and we can find the rn from here and put the value of rn in braking torque equation. We get braking torque is equal to mu p l into r x minus mu into a. This sign is minus because the drum is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, and here you can say this is plus because drum is rotated in clockwise direction. Now we can discuss in the third case. In the third case, you can see here the fulcrum is below the line of action of the braking force. Now guys, the system is, or the case is called when the line of action of the tangential braking force passes through the distance a above the fulcrum, and the brake will rotate in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. You can see here all the forces are same, that is Rn, Ft and P, but the direction will change because due to changes the position of fulcrum from here to here, right? Now in this case we have to find the braking torque. Now to find the braking torque, system must be come in the equilibrium. Now we have to apply the moment theorem. And what is moment theorem? That the clockwise moment is equal to anti-clockwise moment. Now you can see here in this diagram that only Rn is in anti-clockwise direction, but if Ft in clockwise direction and P is clockwise direction about the fulcrum point O. You can see here this Rn is rotate in anti-clockwise direction and the line of action of Ft is here, then we can rotate this force in clockwise direction about the fulcrum, and P will also rotate in clockwise direction. Now we can write here Rnx is equal to PL into Ft into A. This is anti-clockwise and these two forces are clockwise direction. We can find the Rn and put the value of Rn in braking torque equation. We get Tb braking torque is equal to mu PLR divided by x minus mu into A. Now the last one is when the drum is rotated in anti-clockwise direction. Now guys, you can see here this drum is rotated in anti-clockwise direction. Now the direction of the force, braking force, is changed due to the rotation of the drum. You can see here when this drum rotates in clockwise direction, then Ft is in this direction, or when the drum is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, the force of friction, or you can say braking force, is in this direction. Now we can see here forces are same but direction was changed. Direction are changed. Now the direction of normal reaction and external forces will not change, but only change the Ft, the moment of Ft. Now we can write the equation. This Rn into x in clockwise, anti-clockwise direction, Ft into in clockwise direction, and only P force is in clockwise direction. You can see here this Rn in anti-clockwise direction, this Ft is will also in anti-clockwise direction, and this P is in clockwise direction. Now we can see here to find the Rn from this equation and put the value of Tb braking, that is braking torque, in this equation. Put the value of Rn in this equation, we get the total braking torque is equal to mu PL R divided by x plus mu r. In the next lecture I will discuss about the self-energizing brake and self-locking braking system. Thank you.